80 lives hang in the balance as a jet slams into the runway and flips upside down. No engine failure, no mid-air explosion, yet, against all odds, everyone survives. What caused this shocking crash, and how did it turn into a miracle? Let's find out. Delta Flight 4819, operated by Endeavour Air, was on a routine journey from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport to Toronto Pearson International Airport. The aircraft, a Bombardier CRJ-900, was a 16-year-old regional jet commonly used for short-haul flights. On board were 80 people, 76 passengers and 4 crew members, including 2 pilots and 2 flight attendants. For most, it was just another flight. But as the plane neared Toronto, something would go terribly wrong. The region had been dealing with drifting snow after 2 recent snowstorms. At the time of the flight's approach, Toronto Pearson International Airport faced challenging weather conditions. Winds were blowing at 32 miles per hour, with gusts reaching 40 miles per hour. However, no significant crosswinds were reported, meaning the wind direction wasn't expected to cause major issues for landing. Despite the winter weather, the runway was rated 5 on a scale of 1 to 6, just 1 step below dry conditions. This indicated good braking action, suggesting the runway surface wasn't too slippery. As Flight 4819 approached, air traffic control cleared it to land on runway 23, advising the pilots about a possible slight bump due to wake turbulence from an aircraft ahead. The reported wind conditions were 270 degrees at 23 knots, with gusts reaching 33 knots. Visibility was limited to 5 miles due to swirling snow. At 2:15 p.m., the aircraft neared touchdown, but in the final moments, everything changed. The plane slammed into the runway much harder than expected. The right main landing gear made first contact, followed by the right wing striking the ground. Within seconds, flames erupted around the rear landing gear, followed by a growing fireball and a rising trail of black smoke. The aircraft veered off course and flipped over completely, coming to a stop upside down. The right wing had sheared off entirely, possibly preventing an even worse fire. Inside, passengers hung upside down, strapped into their seats. Jet fuel cascaded like rain over the windows. Panic set in. Some screamed, others scrambled to unbuckle their seatbelts. Carlson recalled, all of a sudden, everything just kind of went sideways. Next thing I know, I'm upside down, still strapped in. Nelson described the moment as mass chaos. Passengers quickly coordinated efforts to free themselves. We let ourselves go and fell onto the ceiling, which was a surreal feeling. And then everybody was just like, get out, get out, get out. We could smell jet fuel. Within moments, first responders arrived at the scene. A medevac helicopter in the area spotted the burning wreckage. The aircraft is upside down and burning, the pilot reported. Despite the terrifying crash, all 80 people on board survived. However, 21 passengers were hospitalized with injuries, though none were life-threatening. By Wednesday morning, only 1 remained hospitalized. The flight attendants, trained for emergency evacuations, acted heroically, leading passengers out in under 90 seconds. Outside, passengers took videos and photos as firefighters worked to douse the flames. Carlson, still reeking of jet fuel, helped a young boy and his mother safely exit. What now? He recalled thinking. Who's leading? Delta Airlines offered each passenger $30,000, stating the payment had no strings attached. If all 76 passengers accepted, it would total over $2.2 million. Investigators are now piecing together what went wrong. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, with support from the US NTSB, is examining the crash. While weather conditions played a role, experts suggest the plane's design saved lives. The separation of the wing likely prevented fuel from igniting the passenger cabin, and modern 16G seats helped absorb impact forces. For Carlson and the other survivors, the reality of what happened still feels surreal. Stepping onto the snow-covered tarmac, he marveled at the emergency response. "It's amazing that we're still here," Nelson reflected. As investigations continue, one thing remains clear. This crash could have been a catastrophe. Instead, it became a story of survival.